Hello everyone, my name is Wayne.
And I'm Rebecca.
And we are your Bourbon Journey.
A couple weeks ago, I went into Costco in Evansville and I was thinking, let's see if they have anything of interest. And I'll be darned if I didn't come along this bottle. I mean, I was thinking about it. We've seen it a few places. We've seen it at Angel's Envy and a couple other places. I decided to pick it up because it was a good price. So let me tell you a little bit about what this bottle contains. This is the Angel's Envy Triple Cask. It is a Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. The company name is Bacardi Limited. It is sourced from an undisclosed Kentucky distillery. Mash bill is also undisclosed. It has been aged at least 4 years before finishing according to the bottle's neck tag. The finish is a blend of Hungarian, Chinkapin, and French oak barrels, thus the triple oak finish. The proof is 92. It was released in September of 2024. The MSRP is $75. However, I was able to acquire this March 8th for $54.99 at Costco in Evansville, Indiana. I'm always excited when I get something at MSRP, and if I can get it at $20 under MSRP, I'm really excited. We like some things by Angel's Envy that we thought our favorite thing thus far has probably been their Bottle and Bond.
Their Bottle and Bond was great.
For our taste profile, some of their things are a little sweet for us now, but I'm anxious to see what triple barreling has done to this.
Should be fun.
Okay.
Let's take a look. Been sitting here for a few minutes. I know you poured it earlier.
Yeah, it's not as dark as you might anticipate that a triple oaked thing might be.
It's kind of a light to medium amber maybe.
Yeah, and maybe it's got some gold notes to it too, which is interesting. I often wonder if they use a wheated bourbon profile, but we don't know because it's undisclosed.
All these places hiding these secrets.
Yeah, it's not like someone's gonna go out and make the same exact thing. It is not forming many legs for me right now.
I've got a little bit more
Oh
the
yeah,
rim.
you've got more than I do for sure.
Well, I did the whole like twist your glass like this.
Oh, and get it warm.
Yeah, I was massaging.
That's
it.
the Kurt on SLB does this all the time.
Yeah, he likes.
And sometimes he holds it right next to his chest to get it extra warm.
He likes to rub his glass.
Okay, yeah, I'm getting a few legs here. Let's check out the nose. Okay, I'm definitely getting some oak notes.
Well, I'll tell you this: a person with a cold could pick up the wood notes in this thing. It's there.
I mean, it's not like getting a Woodford double oak or something. It's not that kind of oak, but it's pleasant. It's a sweet, some sweet notes.
It is, and the oak is mixed in with the sweetness that's there, which to me is it's either brown sugar or it's a basic baking spice. But I would say it's brown sugar.
Well, I've been trying to think about my experience with these particular oaks. Now, the Hungarian oak, the only time I believe we have tasted something finished in Hungarian is something from Amin at Old Louisville Louisville Whiskey Company. He sometimes uses Hungarian barrels, and they've been very rich, and they add some really interesting notes. The second one was the Chinkapin. I don't know if I'm saying it right. I'm probably saying it wrong right now.
Chinkapin.
The only thing we've had with that particular wood note is the Heaven Hill Select Stock, and that's a very different oak note. And then the third one is my very favorite oak finish, which is French oak. So I love the vanilla notes that typically brings. So I'm curious to see what these things together do. Who knows? Back to the nose. Like we said, I'm getting a little bit of cinnamon. You got that too, right?
No, I didn't. I got more brown sugar. But it's mixed in with the wood. The wood actually comes through a lot on the nose.
But it's not a tannic smell.
No, it's actually, I like it.
Yeah, it's very sweet. Like you walked into a wood shop and someone was cutting up some wood. It was kind of nice.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's taste this puppy. To triple casking with oak.
Triple. Not double or single.
That is just a pleasant little wood party on my mouth.
A little bit of vanilla, a little bit of cinnamon,
I think the vanilla is coming from the French oak.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oui. A lot of parlez-vous français there.
The Hungarian, from my recollection of being at Old Louisville, is very deep and rich. And I can't remember the other one that we've had before with Heaven Hill Select, what it does. I can't remember what that profile talks about. I should have looked that up ahead of time, but I did not. But I'm finding it very interesting. I'm liking the play with the 3 woods.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel it drinks, this sounds weird talking about these 3 woods and what we're identifying, but I don't think it drinks woody.
No, I don't think this is also for everybody.
Yeah, because there's not a lot of sweet notes on it, which a lot of Angel's Envy drinkers look for that sweet note because it's finished in sherry typically, and this is not. So that's a little more interesting for me. I'm kind of digging on this. It may be my new favorite Angel's Envy.
Well, and it may be because I agree that we find a lot of the Angel's Envy stuff very sweet. So therefore we tend to not get it or review it, other than the bottle and bond, which we bought like 50 bottles, I think, something like that.
Well, they were $3.75, so we bought 2 for each real bottle.
Okay, so we got 25 bottles. But anyway, we bought a lot of those. It's just not our flavor profile. This one's interesting.
I'm kind of liking it because it seems really balanced. I mean, it's funny that I'm feeling like I'm getting the 3 different woods, but I'm not feeling tannins. I'm not feeling it's very tannic and drying in my mouth. Like sometimes you get something that's older or that's been finished in wood too long and it tastes very tannic and it makes you feel like I need to go drink a bottle of water. That is not doing this. This is not doing that to me.
For me, it's 3 lanes. It's the wood, it's cinnamon, and it's just a tad of vanilla. What do you think of the finish?
I took another sip for that because I wasn't thinking about it before, but I think it's got a nice finish. It's got that cinnamon is carrying through on the finish. And of course, you've got this party of wood notes. You know, the wood is just, it's hard to express how wood is dancing around in my throat, but I feel like it's hitting one note, then another, and they're playing very well together. They're not, I thought they might battle, was my concern when we picked up this bottle, and I picked it up. I had not picked it up before because I thought I didn't want to spend $75 on it, but I couldn't resist something 20 under MSRP. It's worth trying, and I'm so glad I found it because now I might actually have considered paying $75 for it because it's very interesting, very interesting.
I remember I think we saw it at the distillery for $75, and we were kind of no.
We stood there and talked about it for a long time.
We did.
And that's the one I was leaning towards. I went in there, specifically was hoping to get their cask strength, and it was almost $300, and I just couldn't pull the trigger on it. Again, if I had tasted it, I might have been willing to pull the trigger on it, but I was afraid it was going to be just more of the same, but heavier, you know.
I'm not a big enough Angel's Envy fan to spend that much.
But this one kind of caught our attention at the distillery, and we paused and stood there for the longest time discussing it. I'm like, I don't know, it sounds kind of strange to me, but I'll tell you what, it works.
It does.
I'm incredibly surprised and very pleased and very happy. I mean, we're getting ready to go. I can't wait to mention this. So we're getting ready to go to the KBF Distiller Dinner in Louisville, which happens to be on my birthday.
It does, when she turns 26.
65 actually. But that's going to be on April 30th, and the distiller being featured is Owen Martin, who is the distiller for Angel's Envy. So I'm pretty excited to tell him how much we love this. He already knows we love the bottle and bond. We already talked to him about that. So this is great.
We may have to bring it and have him sign the bottle, especially considering the fact that it's my wife's birthday that day. He's actually a really nice guy.
He's a great guy. Yeah.
When we met him, it was at the Bourbon Women event.
Yeah, we had the opening evening there.
Yeah, that was one of the few men that was there. And we ended up talking to him for about 5 to 10 minutes. And people kept coming up and kind of bugging him. And he would sign a bottle real quick and kind of shoo him off. And then we ended up chewing the fat with him for quite a while.
I mean, we were really discussing the process of the bottle and bond because we were fascinated by how they got basically a cask strength bottle and bond like they did. I mean, they got it to 100 proof without adding water.
Yes.
So we were really fascinated to discuss that process with him, and he was very open and honest, and it was a pretty interesting conversation. I appreciated it a lot.
Yep, and
Yeah.
he was also very proud, and not in a not in an arrogant, puffed up way, but you could just tell that he knew what they had accomplished, and being the first cask strength bottle of Bond, and that's a very impressive bottle. If you've not tried it, if you can get your hands on it or taste it,
Amazing.
it is really, really good.
And it does not drink like 100 proof.
No.
Because it, unlike most bottle Bond, it has not had any water added to it.
Right.
So that's kind of amazing. But we're getting off this one here. I don't want to say the finish is really good. I'm enjoying the finish. It's got sweet notes. It's got all those different wood notes, which are terrific. And I'm just trying to decide if I'm getting any of the normal. I'm not getting the normal char notes or tobacco. Are you getting any tobacco or leather or anything like that on it?
That's funny you say that.
Because with so much wood, you think you would. I'm just not getting that on this. Probably because it's not super old.
No, I don't want to use the power of suggestion that she just said it.
Well, I asked, but I'm not getting it myself.
Right,
Yeah.
because I could see where it's going there. Probably if this was older, it would probably start to hit that profile.
A couple more years probably would get some of those notes that we really enjoy when you get tobacco or leather notes
Yes.
from the barrel. I'm not getting that here. A couple more years might have done that, but I still like how these woods play together.
It's a fun bottle, and if you don't like wood, I would not buy this.
But I wouldn't be turned off from it if you don't like, let's say, the Woodford Double Oak. This is a completely different experience.
Oh yeah.
So if that's the reason you think you don't like wood, I would still give this one a try.
Now, for myself, I prefer this to the Woodford Double Oak.
I like both.
The double oak is much different, but this I would take this every day and twice on Sunday over the double oak. I think it tastes better.
It's
got a really good profile.
It's really nice. I mean, it is a complex profile, and again, my stunning and kind of thing here is I did not expect those three oaks to play so well together, and. Often when you do multiple barrel finishing, sometimes it just gets convoluted and it's kind of mushy in your mouth, so to speak. You don't really get any of them. But the fact that these three were aged just so, and we're able to kind of taste the nuances of each type of barrel, I think it's pretty fascinating. I think it's worth a buy. If you can get it at MSRP, I would absolutely buy it.
Oh yeah, if you go to Costco and this thing's sitting there for $59, you got to buy
55.
it. 55, excuse me. 55.
Yeah, MSRP is 75. So.
Yeah, it's worth it. And 75 now, if I had tried it there, I would buy it.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty good. I know some people think that I like everything. I don't, but I try to give somewhat of a fair commentary. You'll know when I dislike something because I will become very verbal about it, and I try to be as fair as possible.
I like this one a lot, and I look forward to seeing Owen and telling him how much I like it.
Yes, and we'll bring the bottle to him and sign it, and maybe we'll have to give him some nickname like I gave Dan McKee.
Yeah.
So anyway, cheers, Angel's Envy. Owen Martin, you are not related to Steve Martin, but you make better bourbon than Steve does. So cheers to you. Hope you like what we do, and if you do, please hit the subscribe button, and always remember to drink responsibly. Cheers.
Cheers.